gets under my skin. You're doing damage, and nobody's ever been. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now, I need you off the ground. I want not loud, I want you right now. I can't help it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait all year. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Hey, my friends,
Yes.
you both played on teams that won multiple titles.
Yeah, there's 6 titles between the three of us.
I'm aware of that. What do you do down this final stretch?
Well, last-minute adjustments. Guys are coming back from injury, and you have to get them up to speed on the new nuances that your team is doing.
And you also want that home court advantage. The fans are very important. And you want to maintain the fear factor when teams play you. I want them scared, Ernie.
I want a last-minute adjustment. Could you give me a last-minute adjustment? Oh, wow. I feel like a new man.
You know what that's called?
What's that?
I'm not going to tell you.
A Shaq adjustment.
Nope.
What?
Chiropractic adjustment.
I'm so tired of sitting here with you.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Introducing the starters for your Atlanta Hawks! At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 3. Kevin Herter, the big man, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 25, Alex Len. At small forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 12, Torian Prince. The other forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 20, John Collins. The other guard, standing 6 foot 2, number 11, Trae Young. A head coach for your team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Atlanta Hawks.
Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time. That was their second loss in 2 games. Now they've got a chance to turn the tide and get back on course.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
And that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Chris Middleton is out there at Bledsoe. And it's Snell in at the 3 slot. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
How high can Eric Bledsoe fly?
And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks.
Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers in Kentucky. He was with John Wall with the Clippers. He was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3-guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop him.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Well, their offense is rolling. A perfect start, 4 of 4 so far.
And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the 3-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Young dishes to Prince. And finished off by Collins.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Shoots from 12. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
After nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally miss one.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Hawks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Young passes to Collins. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. The Bucks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Down low. Collins, good. Collins has got 6.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 4. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on the scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
The Bucks have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Tony Snell. Shooting 1. Thunder sticks.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That's good from Snell. Hey, Brent, the season winding down and teams are looking at playoff slotting. Have you ever, though, been a part of a team that suffered a late season collapse?
I don't think the teams that I was on, Kevin, and fortunate to be on, that had expectations to go deep into the playoffs or maybe eventually participate in the finals ever had that kind of breakdown. But in Seattle in 2003, a team led by Gary Payton, I know we had an opportunity to get in, to sneak in maybe to the 8th slot. We struggled with inconsistency all year long. I don't know how big the meltdown was, but disappointing for that talented of a team to not have an opportunity to participate in the postseason.
I'm sure.
Well, the best part of this Hawks team now is their youth. And with youth comes a ton of potential, a ton of room for this team to grow together, both the new coaching staff and the new guys to the league. And they have some cap flexibility, some other things that they can do to get creative around this youthful and exuberant roster.
And how about now a quick check of the league's assist leaders? Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Herter, defended by Middleton. It's good. He has 5. And Brent with the Hawks having the picks they had in the draft helps as well.
Well, you bring that much talent in, that's always a good thing because talent is going to trump anything else. You add that to the rookies, John Collins, who was good last year, and the development of Taurean Prince. It seems like the core is going to be in place. It's just a team that over the next 2 or 3 seasons is going to have to learn what it takes to compete night in and night out.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Bledsoe against Young. Bucks leading by 7. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks.
Trae.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Hawks have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Herter, and the layup's good off the glass.
4-2.
Here's Bledsoe. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Clippers.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Atlanta with the ball. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Milwaukee in the lead. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
Now 6 of 8 from the field, 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from a summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Good on the second free throw. The Hawks trail by 8. To the paint. And finished off by Collins.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Atlanta calls timeout. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
So far, he is just destroying their will. It feels like he can get any shot he wants once he crosses half court.
Checked in for Prince. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lopez.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, here is Young. 26 points for him last game against Portland. Kicks it to Collins. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Young against Bledsoe. Young finds Len. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go with Bledsoe.
Yikes!
Wow.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Now here is Carter. 9 points last game out.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Middleton. Lays it up off the glass. Middleton's got 8 points.
He's firing on all cylinders. Has to be happy with his 4 of 5 shooting from the field so far.
To the inside, Carter buries it down low.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Atlanta with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. And finished off by Collins.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
And when you got someone putting on a show like this, I mean, in the first quarter, you have got to be kidding.
Young passes to Collins. Carter against Middleton. Down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Second personal foul.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference And the early results look good, Brent. You ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs, but then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way.
Atlanta making some changes. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Alex Len, and it's Adams in for Young.
Two.
And he makes the first. He's off on the second.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here. You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Bledsoe gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Bledsoe's got 8 points.
Bledsoe showing some faith in the floater.
And there's always pressure when you have a superstar player, Brent, and the Bucks are trying to capitalize on that window right now.
And I think Giannis, even though he's young, understands that great players are judged on how far they can push their teams. What type of postseason success can the Milwaukee Bucks have around what it is that Giannis can bring to the table? He wants to retire in a Bucks uniform. He's said that before, but winning makes that decision a lot easier. And maybe with the coaching change, they'll get there.
John Collins. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher but also enjoys attacking the rim and does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest. For the defense.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Clippers.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
But it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Shots good by Dedmon.
Dedmon using his size on the inside, and the defense trying to do their best to keep him away from the basket. Not that time.
DiVincenzo. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Hill against Adams. Collins kicks it to Bazemore, and the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Atlanta making a switch here. Bembry's checked in, and Milwaukee with a change here too. Wilson, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. The pass to Dedmon. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Adams. Another shot. Dedmon's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
I don't think you ever expect to carve out such a big lead early on in a game like this, but let's see if they can maintain momentum.
Here's Adams following the bucket by the Bucks. He kicks it to Dedmon. Passes to Bembry. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Milwaukee leading by 11. Here's Wilson. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
To the middle. Got a piece of it. Here's Carter. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Carter's got 7 points in the game. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The quick look, no good that time. Adams against Hill. Bazemore, no one around him. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, once Bazemore gets the ball off the pass, he immediately skies up for the jump shot and nails it. You like to see that kind of assertive, aggressive, confident attitude.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
Shots good by Dedmon.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Hill. Makes it off the glass.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Adams. There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that one goes long. Bucks leading by 10. Pass to Connaughton. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now here's Adams off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. The Bucks making a change here. Frazier's checked in.
Frazier.
.34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Outside Wilson. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Wilson into the lane. Carter pulls it in. Bazemore with it. Over Hill. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Bucks ahead, leading by 14. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Why you there, nigga?
And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many. Something he discussed before today's game.
The
worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kunupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Bucks to be in. What do you think, guys?
A total team effort. Each guy looking to make the extra pass.
Well, as the coach of the team, you just can't ask for anything more. Obviously, this is propelling them to their advantage in the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Hawks, Kent Bazemore is out there with Adams. And there's Carter. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Bembry in at the 3.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And good that time.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Takes the 3. Hill pulls it in.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but yet to make another one.
Wilson into the lane. Can't cash in from close range. Inside, here's Connaughton. Makes it off the glass. Connaughton's got 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Adams outside. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Atlanta again missing. Milwaukee leading by 16. Here's Wilson. Here's Hill. It's deflected.
Just terrific D by Bazemore, really clamping down on his man and giving no room to get that shot off.
Frazier against Adams. Down low. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got his second basket of the game.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Hill. That one off the back iron and out. Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Bembry the pass to Bazemore. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee will come the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And the basket by Hill. Timeout. And the Bucks lead by 16.
The long strides of George Hill helping him gain some ground to take advantage of and slices to the rim and scores.
Atlanta calls timeout. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to this?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
So for the Hawks, Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Taurean Prince comes in for Vince Carter. Young is subbed in for Adams. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bucks. It's Prince on the wing. Pass to Bazemore. Trying his luck deep. Good on the triple. Bazemore's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's just a pretty looking stroke from the outside by Bazemore there. The perimeter shot now a staple of his game.
Wilson. No good that time. Prince with the defensive effort. The Hawks trail by 13. And Young, here we go. Len finds Young. Bazemore for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee.
His touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Here's Hill. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Hill's got 6.
Good use of recognizing space and getting to the mid-range from George Hill.
And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Prince. The shot from the low post is good. Prince has got his first points in this one.
But he has good size at his position, and Taurean Prince, even though traffic around him doesn't speed him up. Nice shot there.
And the basket by Hill.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 10 points for him. Milwaukee leading by 13. Snell, that's good.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
The pass to Len. Here's Bembry, defended by Ilyasova. uses both hands to slam it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang!
Here's Wilson. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 15. Hawks have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Knocked loose. Inside. Tries again. Wilson with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince. Bucks leading by 15. Hill inside, and the layup is good. Hill's got 10 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Young against Frazier. To the paint. Stolen. Stolen by Len. Here's Young. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Here's Snell, and he gets it to go. Snell's got 4 points this quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Ilyasova. Antetokounmpo comes in for DJ Wilson. Chris Middleton's checked in for Tony Snell. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Tim Frazier. Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system, are arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Antetokounmpo. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. He's averaging 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
The first free throw is good. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 16-7 run. And Middleton, the bucket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. 10 points for Chris Middleton.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
here's a quick peek at the best rookie free throw shooters over the course of the past month. Trae Young on top.
He has been locked in at the line, taking complete advantage whenever he's got an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now here's Prince. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
They double him with Middleton. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, he's getting bodied up, but Taurean Prince has a pretty decent body himself, so not minding it one bit.
Floats one, and Antetokounmpo lays it in.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Passes it to Collins. To the inside, Len, and the dunk by Len.
Yeah, Len's not going to settle for anything else. A dunk on the inside goes up strong.
Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got 14 points for the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Young dishes to Prince. Kicks to Len. Back to Prince. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
And that one falls for Prince. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I called Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. Just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
And both free throws good for Prince.
It always has this feeling that Taurean Prince is DeMarre Carroll 2.0 for this club. Good size, big frame, capable defender, but each year taking some strides on the offensive end to become more and more dangerous.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Bledsoe. Now the feed to Collins. That one goes in. Collins has got 21 in the game.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Eric
Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, so athletic and so explosive. He just continues to get better in a lot of areas out on the floor.
Now here's Prince. He's got 6.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
And Bledsoe with the stuff.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold and then take what the defense gives you.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. He dishes it to Prince. Hawks passing it around. And that one is good. And it's 7 points for Trae Young.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
No good from Bledsoe. Atlanta's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Pass to Young. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Monday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Thursday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, you combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
And checking out the numbers for Young. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. 3rd in assists, 14th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, what a dunk by Giannis.
This Hawks squad is struggling. Antetokounmpo on the double team. To the middle. Collins, good. Collins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And that one drops.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Now here's Len. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Prince kicks to Collins. Offline with his 3.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. They dodged the bullet there.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
The Bucks shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
The Hawks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Bledsoe comes over to help. Inside, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Here's Lopez, banked in off the glass. Lopez has got his second basket.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Adams, the pass to Carter. He kicks to Bazemore. Dedmon in the high post. Carter outside. Shot clock at 6. Elbow shot is on the way. Goes back up. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, and just terrorizing the D.
Poke loose. To the inside. And finished off by Collins.
When we talk so much about accurate shooting, sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Buries it down low. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Inside, now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
20 seconds left now here in the second. And here comes the break. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Down low, Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Bucks on top, running away with it. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 36 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it'd be a different story. But if was the fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Why you think they call me ankle bully?
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, you don't think of him as a big-time playmaker, but over the first 2 quarters, that's exactly what he was.
Moving the basketball and making the extra pass, making the defense work harder to stop them. Nice offense there.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer, starting the second half. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Bledsoe is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Snell in at the small forward position.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Atlanta shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Here's Collins. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Collins has got 33.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
And the Hawks with possession here after the basket by Milwaukee. Dishes at the end. It's picked off. Middleton outside. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Got a piece of it. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Milwaukee ball.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have the most buckets in transition since the All-Star break. 5th best, the Bucks.
As the season wears on, the team that can stay fresh can take advantage. They continue to get out and run, and teams are struggling to keep up.
From the baseline, and he knocks down the jumper. And that's 15 points for Eric Bledsoe.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Young with no one around, and a miss there on the triple.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a
very
pretty small club, that's
very
for sure.
Exclusive.
He can really rise up.
And the defense knows this. Somebody has to come over to contest.
Pass to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Pulls it from 20. That one falls. 11 points in the game.
All right, he's got to quit while he's ahead. He got away with it there, but the crossover usually gets him into a bit of trouble.
And there it is for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And it goes down 2 points.
Really clever with the basketball. Young so advanced offensively. Excellent pull-up jumper there.
And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
And again, it's Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Young dishes to Prince. Down low. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
And now a look at Eric Bledsoe. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 11th in steals. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
As we've seen, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet, quick hands. Always looking to force a mistake.
How about the speed of Bledsoe on that drive right there? Fantastic at slashing inside and finishing.
The Hawks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Left side Prince. Bledsoe comes over to help. Here's Young. The shot will not fall. The Bucks go the other way with it. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off and one stride gets by everybody.
And here's Young. He's got 12. The pass to Len. To the middle. And finished off by Collins.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Here's Young, following the bucket by the Bucks. Feeds it to Prince. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
How about Taurean Prince getting up there and slamming it down?
Passes it to Lopez.
With the assist.
Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 6 assists in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Young taking his time here. And here's Prince outside. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here's the break. Here's Snell. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them. And just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. And they always attempt to wear you out.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And that one drops for him. 8 points for Brook Lopez.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
Hey, pull your man down. Who told you come around? Who? That trap sound. Go. House, man, control the bag now. No need to brag now. Hey, put the mask down. Mask, the fast now. Finest, rolls, we go. What's in me? Bucks still keep real and fast. Dance with the dogs in the nighttime. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Like a stir fry. Whip it, intermission, let the birds fly.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. DJ Wilson comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Hill, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Frazier in for Eric Bledsoe.
DJ Wilson.
And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Hill inside. He's covered by Bazemore. And the basket by Hill.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. And Hill over to help to the inside. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
To the middle, here's Dedmon, and Dedmon throws it down.
And a long wind-up and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for their matchup with the Magic, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Ilyasova can't hit. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Bazemore misses. Milwaukee in total control. Middleton with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Wasted no time on that one. 16 points for Chris Middleton.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Great signs to see Chris Middleton have this kind of offensive output.
Now here's Bazemore. 12 points for him. Carter kicks it to Bazemore. Inside, Bembry. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his first foul. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Pat Connaughton.
Here's Frazier. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
The Bucks have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Here's Bazemore. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Young's shot is off.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's good, 2 points. Frazier's got 5.
Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
Hawks shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Bazemore against Hill. Here's Young. Sinks that one from the post. Young's got 7 points here in this quarter.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Ilyasova gets the bucket.
A fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
So it's the Hawks now, following the bucket by the Bucks. And Dedmon throws it down.
Now, Dedmon's a great athlete and bringing some verticality on the offensive end.
Shot's good by Wilson. He's got 16.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Stolen by Wilson. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Carter right side. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Connaughton kicks to Wilson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Vince Carter picks one up. The Bucks have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
DJ Wilson. 2 shots.
Two.
That free throw, no good. Adams, he's checked in for Young. And he's good on the second. Atlanta with the ball. And Adams kicks to Dedmon. From outside the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
They get it back, and it's good, 2 points. Atlanta's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Adams against Hill. Here's Bazemore. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Bazemore looking pretty comfortable on the inside there, weaving around for that 2.
Got that one up quick. Ilyasova's got 6 in the quarter. Here's Bazemore. 14 points for him. And Dedmon throws it down.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Ilyasova can't hit.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Here's Bembry. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Adams. Misses off the right iron. Milwaukee in total control. A baseline J. Good as the jump shot falls. He's got 11.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Kicks to Bazemore. Pass to Bembry. to Bazemore. And it's blocked. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
The Hawks shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. He kicks to Dedmon, to the paint. Bembry shot good. Bembry's got 6.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Here's Connaughton, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Here's Bazemore, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Milwaukee, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Anderson is out there with Davis. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Bembry in at the 2-guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's Adams. That one, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Here's Wilson. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
And Dedmon throws it down.
Improving his overall offensive game. It's going to be limited touch time for Dedmon, but doing the right things in this one.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. And the Hawks with possession here. Bembry kicks to Adams. Davis surveying the floor. And Dedmon throws it down.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Snell. The rebound by Anderson. And it's the Hawks' ball. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as
17-year-old, I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. The Hawks making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Adams' shot is off.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Tony Snell.
Hawks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And Anderson gets it to go.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Connaughton. Atlanta with the rebound.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
To the paint, here's Prince. Lays it up off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Goes up the baseline. Buries the jump shot.
Assisted.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Adams, the pass to Prince. Now Adams. Back to Prince. Wide open. Again, the Hawks score.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Wilson left side. Count it. Good.
DJ Wilson.
Wilson's got 6 points in the quarter. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. They get it back. Here's Dedmon. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Dedmon using his length that time on the offensive end.
Here's Colson. Doesn't go for him. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Pass to Dedmon. Now here's Davis. He's tightly guarded. That shot off. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That'll be his second foul of the game. Frazier, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. The Bucks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And that one's good. Colson.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
That one goes in.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
Prince, a beautiful reverse layup. Prince has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Timeout called, the Bucks. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
Here is Frazier. In the corner, Snell with it. That's tipped.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
To the middle, here's Henderson. The rebound by Colson. The Bucks have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Wilson's got 15 points in just the second half. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. Now the pass to Prince. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays, absolutely inexcusable, turning the ball over like that.
Here's Adams. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
And that's letting the defense off the hook. No excuse for blowing that layup.
Here's Frazier. It's hauled in by Adams. Hawk shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Passes it to Prince. Down low. The kick out to Anderson. Up again. The putback. Wilson grabs the board. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Now here's Prince. And Anderson has it in the corner. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Anderson's got 6 in the quarter.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Out to the right wing. Here's Frazier. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Adams with it. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
And Davis throws it down.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Here's Frazier. Rebounded by the Hawks. Anderson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Adams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Frazier kicks to Wilson. Over Collins. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now here's Adams. Herter, defended by Middleton. Frazier the pass to Lopez. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Assist from Tim Frazier.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Atlanta's shooting extremely well here lately, around 61% in the 4th. And there's the foul. It's on Tim Frazier. That's his first foul. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like, as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep, players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
2 shots.
And that one misses. Anderson, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Snell's checked in. He hits the second from the line. The Bucks shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. It's stolen by Adams. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Poked away. Lopez with the steal. Frazier against Adams. A nice shot by Frazier. Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hawks head athletic trainer. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. And, of course, that would be a brutal loss for this team if he misses any time as they're getting ready for the end of the season. Kevin?
Appreciate that, D.A. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
Yeah, sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
Here's Bembry following the bucket by the Bucks. Here's Adams. Drops in the layup for two. Adams has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Ilyasova can't hit. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Milwaukee.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And so many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Anderson wide open, buries the long-range jumper.
Anderson.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Now here's Davis. Here's Adams. Count that one. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 16 assists.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
So you can't see up in my window. Don't understand me, cause I'm boss hog gon' top down at Maxis with a big handy. Greased up, creased up, stand dressed to impress. Big boss belt buckle under my Michelin S. Oh, Gucci shades up on my braids when I escalade. When I'm riding spree wheel sliding like an escapade. I got it made, the big boss of the North. Ain't change, I still represent Swisher House. Keeping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Keeping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Keeping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Keeping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Their spot in the postseason assured. He's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Poked loose. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Adams' shot is good.
You have two things working here, the turnover and then the excellent finish.
And good job of transitioning end to end there. There was no hesitation.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Pat Connaughton. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one drops. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
No escaping the outstretched arms of Ilyasova on that play. At every turn, he was right there and defended it well.
Back to Adams. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.